Well, hi everyone. This is Professor Johanna Sophia of Johanna's Raw Foods, and this is our very first actual recipe making video. And I am testing this European version. I'm in a commercial kitchen in Chemnitz in Germany at my business partner's um, offices, and I am recording for you how I make my super delicious ganache chocolate cakes. So you will have the um, delight of being the first to see how it is made. We have to improvise a little bit because not all the ingredients are exactly like I use in the US when I'm in New York, but let's see how this turns out. Um, very excited to be here with you today. Welcome, welcome. And again, it's Johanna's Raw Foods and our very first online recipe class for Johanna's super duper chocolate ganache cake. Here we go. I've already prepared the one little bit further. The the dough, the kind of the crust. The crust consists of walnuts, raw cacao. Of course, this is a raw cake, as in Johanna's Raw Foods, so there wouldn't be anything that is not raw. And the crust is made out of walnuts, cacao, and a little bit of agave. This is not the really raw agave that I'm used to, so I'm improvising. And I also got some coconut flour sugar. I don't know. It tastes good. I'm not quite sure how really raw it is. So again, we're being a little lenient on the really raw end here. So now I have prepared all the ingredients for the filling, and it is cashews. This is 1 pound of cashews, cashew pieces, and the cashew pieces are already ground a little bit in this. This is like a food, this is the German version of a food processor. You can also cook in this machine, but of course we have our temperature on 0. I'm going to show you in a minute. Then goes into this goes water, about 2 cups of water. Then we will have, so we have 1 pound of cashews. We will have ½ a pound of coconut oil. This is still hard. It's November and it's just getting really cold here. I don't really need the glasses now. Of course, as you know, when we do gourmet raw, we often fudge a little bit with the really raw ingredients. This is, of course, this is virgin coconut, so this is definitely really raw coconut oil. And this is a little bit more than ½ a pound, but not quite a pound. So I am going to use a good helping. Everything is in grams in Germany. So this is not 500 grams, this is 415 grams for some reason. Maybe because it's closer to a pound, but a real pound would be 430 some grams, I think, or 40 some grams. So a real American pound. Then we are going to put into this our sweetener. And again, we're shooting for ½ a pound. And this is a little less in grams. And we want this to become really smooth. That's why I use liquid sweeteners. But today, again, I'm going to fudge it a little bit, and I'm going to put some organic raisins in there. We don't really know how raw raisins are. They're supposed to be sun-dried, of course. You know, that's why we have those famous ads. And they're supposed to be not hot. Okay, so I fudged a little. I put about a 1/4 pound of raisins in there. And this is the agave. The other one was the coconut flour liquid that I have not experienced or tried before. Now I am looking for my vanilla. Again, I could not find vanilla essence. So what they have here in Germany is a vanilla powder. So it's basically, it's just the vanilla seed that's in the vanilla bean. So you see what it looks like? It looks like powder. And we're going to put a good 2 teaspoons in here. Of course, I'm in this commercial kitchen, but I don't really have the spoons and everything that I would normally have. So we're going to be quite generous because vanilla is important. So this is in a huge soup spoon, but it's 2 teaspoons about. Actually, I'm going to be a little more generous with this. 2 slightly heaped teaspoons. We want to always put a tiny pinch of salt. Let me see what happened to my salt. Here it is. Celtic sea salt is my favorite, as you know. And I'm cutting off my head all the time, which is not the intention. Let me see. Let me bend this a tiny little bit. Let's see if this works before I down this whole construction. That's better. So you're not feeling that you've got my head cut off. We're going to use a little bit of salt, but really just a little grain of salt. And that goes into the filling. We don't want it to taste salty. We just want the salt to enhance the flavor. So now I'm going to mix this before I put the cacao. This is the German version of raw cacao. It comes in these tiny little packages, but that's what you get. I mean, I'm happy that we get it now. And I remember like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when I first started doing raw promotions or raw recipes for others, you couldn't get raw cacao at all. I had to bring it from New York to show my friends how delicious raw cacao can be. So now this machine goes back here. I'll show you. I think we can see it there. Yeah, I'm going to go here. And we are going to grind this. Again, this is a different kind of machine, and the lid seems to be missing. So I'm going to run this. And you have to bear with me for a minute. So I want this to be really fine. I will add a little bit more water. There we go. High speed so that the grain becomes really fine and smooth. Let's see if we have it sweet enough. I think so. So this is the consistency now. It's quite liquid. What will happen is that as we add the cacao and then as we let it sit, it will thicken considerably. I like to taste whether it's enough vanilla. It's quite perfect, and it's quite the sweetness that I like. So now comes the cacao, and which of course will thicken the entire consistency. Oh, I actually like the raisins in there. It gives it a fruity note, which I normally don't have in there. And we want this to be really chocolatey, so we might have to add some more sweet for it not to be too bitter. And of course we have this really big pie pan, so it's like huge. It's normally is hard to fill with all these good ingredients that are entirely luxurious. I will add a little bit more agave, and we're good to roll and put this in here. And then I normally decorate with frozen blueberries. I don't have those here right now, and I will do that tomorrow before serving. Tomorrow I have a big event here in Germany, and I'm serving raspberry cheesecake and chocolate cake and smoothies. So this is you getting to know how to make delicious raw chocolate ganache cake. So let's see how this rolls as we're putting this back into the machine, and I'm turning you around so you can see where I am. And here we go. It's hard to talk over this machine because it's loud, as you know. I don't know whether I'll be able to edit, possibly edit out some of the noise. What is the story? It doesn't like me right now. It doesn't want to continue functioning. I don't know why. It doesn't tell me why either. Okay, I will have to ask. Okay. Then I will just continue the seminar with mixing this by hand. Okay, I can't get it to work, so I will do this by hand. All it is mixing in the cocoa. And we are in a commercial kitchen, so there are some whisks here, and I will just whisk this in. It's okay. It's probably because it's too thick. I don't know. So all we need to do is mix this in and get it. I'm recording das. Ich nehme das auf. Also wenn wir dürfen sprechen. So here are some of my German colleagues in the background, and they're trying to help me see how to get the machine running, but I think it may have to do with the fact that it's thick, and see, I need to mix this in. So I get a good workout in the end here that I didn't anticipate. I could put it into the Vitamix, but it would probably be really thick there too, and there's no stomper. So I think we got most of it. No, it's not running. It's just doing dead. No. Yeah, it started out fine. I started it fine, and then when I put the product back, it didn't run. So now I'm going to put this into a bowl to mix it further, and then pour it from there. Because we do want, yeah, you see at the bottom there's still some vanilla mix that didn't get the cocoa And we want to get all of that mixed in. What's important here is that when you come across difficulties, don't stop. There is always another way. You know, my business coach, Shanda Sumter of Hardcore Business, always said to us students trying to become good business CEOs, for every problem, there are at least 3 solutions. And that's what is keeping you going when you come across any kind of adversity, any kind of obstacle that seems to stop you from continuing. I could have said, okay, I'm going to stop this recording. Maybe I'll try it again tomorrow. But tomorrow I have a whole agenda of other stuff to do. So what makes for a successful company, a successful business, is very much that you keep going. You find another solution. So here is the, wait, how do I get some light in there? I don't get light in there so you can see it. Anyway, that was the mix. It looks like this because it's not fully mixed. You see there's still some vanilla in there. I'm going to hand mix it. And it's getting thicker already by the minute here. Yeah, the machine doesn't grind it as finely as I would like. But that's another thing, you know, so you just own it that it's a grainy, slightly nutty mix, not a totally smooth mix. And people will not know the difference. People will think, well, that's the way it's supposed to be. And that's what we're going to do. Let me see. Flavor is great. Works. Now, if we want to make sure that it really thickens well, there's one more trick that I'm going to do because I put those raisins in there. So it's not as thick as it would be if it were just nuts. I'm going to put a little bit of psyllium in there. You know what psyllium is called in German? I have to tell you this because it's just so funny. It's called flea seed flour or powder, flea seed powder. So why fleas? I'm not quite sure. Maybe because the seeds look like fleas, but one would think that would be more for flaxseed, right? So we want to put a tiny little bit. This would be as much as a teaspoon psyllium in there, just in case it doesn't thicken the same way that it would without the raisins. Because the raisins don't really thicken that much as nuts do. Nuts absorb, of course, the liquid that's in the mix as it cools down, and the coconut oil will solidify as I'm putting this in the freezer. So that's it. That's our mix with a little bit of psyllium in it, and it goes into the pie pan. I'm going to put it here so you can see. And it's going to be quite a big pie.
Viel Arbeit.
Ja, ich nehme hier gerade auf Video und es kommt dann ins Internet. So, again, as I told you, I'm in the company kitchen, in the commercial kitchen, and there's activity still going on because this cake is for this event tomorrow and lots of people are working for the event. Nee, das ist das Videogerät da oben drauf. Hindi aman leer. So I am speaking in tongues. Oh no! No, somebody touched it and it went off. Okay. Did we just go off? Or are we still recording? It looks like we're still recording. Yes, we are. Okay, let me show you. The cake is basically in the pan, and I'm going to smooth it out as much as possible, and then I will decorate it with blueberries tomorrow, maybe blueberries and raspberries, so that it can look more luxurious on the outside as well. Often I will make extra crust and sprinkle it over the top like crumbs, or make little decorations. All right, so you witnessed Johanna's super deluxe raw chocolate cake. It is this yeah, you can have it at a restaurant in Saratoga Springs or Ballston Spa at 50 South Restaurant and Bar. Check it out if you're somewhere near in Albany or somewhere in New York. You can get it there. And I shall see you next time. Check out johannasrawfoods.com. Currently, we're not producing our product line unless you special order. And I am doing a lot of coaching, and you can get onto my list of people who are looking to grab the next spot that opens up for coaching. I'm going to coach a group soon. Again, johannasrawfoods.com is the website, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Hopefully this got to you well. Bye.